Wow, wow, wow. But no idea what was that, but whatever. Wait, I'm testing something. Hold up. Because Maru's still kinda rowdy right now. So I'm trying to wait for him to settle down. Might take a little bit, it might not. It depends on him at the end of the day. But like, what you call this? I can't words. What I do with Zatsudan? I'm not good at these things, but whatever. It might. I'm just waiting for Maru to calm down before I start the stream because he's been an anxious baby boy and he's been kind of extra barky right now, which is kind of weird, but not really because he's always been a barky boy. Uh, I'm actually yapping right now. Should I start? No, I don't want to get out of the starting soon screen if like Maru's still borky because there's literally no point because he's gonna be extra barky. It's gonna be hard to hear things and really it's gonna be really anxious either way. So I'll wait for him to settle down. Give me a bit. Give me a bit. Give me a bit. Okay, he settled down. How everybody that just came and is viewing me right now. Hi, I'm Nocti, but you probably know that by now. I'm not very good at Zatsudans. I'm not very good at just chatting streams, but I didn't want to do anything too extra today. Mainly because this is just gonna be a short stream, I guess. And I don't know. I don't know how long I'll be able to yap, but like it's just gonna be a short stream. Mainly because I am preparing for a flight pretty soon, roughly about how many hours? Now 10, 11, 12, 1. Roughly about 6 hours. So I'm just trying to stay awake. I'll be honest. I'm not the kind of person who like you call this. I'm not the kind of person who like sleeps when I know I have a flight incoming. Mainly because oh, there's no background music. Oh my goodness. I'm not the kind of person who sleeps when I know I have a flight. I'd rather much like stay awake than like sleep. Mainly because like if I snail, howie, welcome. What was I saying? Right. Howie, thank you for the follow as well. Oh yeah, I have a flight in like 6 hours. So normally, a normal person would sleep beforehand because I usually go to well, not exactly 6 hours. I have a flight in roughly 10, 11 hours. So I usually go to before I go to a flight. I'm usually at the airport like 3 hours early because I'm so afraid that I might miss my flight if I don't go like at least 3 hours early. Um, so I have 6 hours to spare. Obviously, I'm not gonna use that 6 hours talking my heart out because that's just a lot of talking. There's just a lot of talking done by me. So nah, I'm not gonna use uh uh I'm not very good at I'm not very good at Zatsudan. I'm not gonna use those 6 hours to stream all the way because I still have to shower, I still have to do other stuff. Um so maybe like 3 hours stream time, and then I have 3 hours to like double check my stuff, and then maybe like a few more hours to chill out before I leave. I will be gone for a week. I'll be gone for a week, and it's not as long as my usual breaks. I've gotten break for longer, but this time I will be gone for a week, a whole ass week. And then regular streaming time. So here's the schedule. Here's the timeline. Um, so I'll be gone for a week starting tomorrow, and then a little after I come back, I will have one of my teeth removed. So a little after that, I won't be able to stream because I can't because my tooth is removed. Um, so there's that too. So I can't really like help with that in that aspect. So maybe the next stream that I will have is like 1, 2, 3 maybe if I feel better it will be on the 9th, but if I don't, the next stream will probably be on the 12th. Next stream will probably be on the 12th. Most likely gonna be an art stream when I come back. I wanted to do speaking of art stream, I wanted to do an art stream today, but I just don't have the energy to do an art stream today. You know, like it just doesn't feel like one of those drawing days. And I've already updated everybody that commissioned me. I've already updated everybody basically. That I won't be able to update them during that time, mainly because I'll be really 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 busy. I'd be too preoccupied, and there's just a lot going on. There's just a lot going on right now. So there is that. But before I went on vacation, I actually did everything I could. Now, I actually did everything I could to like make sure everything before I leave is blah. Before I leave everything and whatnot. Everything is all settled, everything is all good. Um what else did I do? I didn't do much this week, I'll be honest. I played Cookie Run this week. I started I went I went back to playing Cookie Run. I actually didn't start packing until yesterday, I believe so. Because I've never been the kind of person to like pack very early. I know there are some people, and it always boggles me how some people they can pack like a month before their flight. I could never, because I'd be so anxious about the flight. I'd be like, am I missing anything? Is there anything that I can't do? Is there anything that I might add? Like I'll be the kind of person that would open and close their suitcase over and over again, take out stuff and put stuff back in if I pack too early for things. And I don't want that. I don't want that. So I usually pack like a day or two before the flight, just because, like, usually 2 days before, I guess, because one day I spend it packing the baggage I check in. The second day I usually just chill out and pack my hand carry, like you know, the carry on, the one you take with you to the airport, mainly because the carry on is easier to pack, because it's usually what you just have on your person day by day, save for your passport, I guess. But if you don't have like an actual ID that you can present, I guess having your passport on you all the time is a good idea. But I don't know. I don't know why I did a Zatsudan stream today. I'm not very good at Zatsudan streams. I'm not very good with talking to myself. But I guess this is also practice right now. Um, this is also good practice for me because eventually I generally do have to um I generally do have to get used to have doing Zatsudans. I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Um Generally I think I do have to get used to doing Zatsudans. Mainly because like really good at like um they're really good at just engaging with people, I guess. So this is also practice for my Zatsudans, and I need to make my mind stop wandering a lot. I need to make everything stop like when, cuz I'm not the kind of person that has one consistent thought. You know, tend to I tend to like my thoughts tend to move from one place to another, and it's not really I don't know. Like that's just how I am, and I jump from one topic to another, which isn't really bad per se. I think that's generally a good thing. But when it's just me alone, I'm used to like not sharing my thoughts in a sense. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, cause if it's just me alone, like what is the point of me? Hi, Mugi. I'm just talking to myself right now, but I was talking about how when it's just me alone with my thoughts, like because I don't have like one big consistent thought. I just generally have a lot of different thoughts all at the same time. So I have like this sensation of what do I say like when I start talking, I generally do not know what the first thing I should say is. I don't know if that's right English. I don't know if that's right English, but that's generally what I like. You know, when I have a thought, I have a thought. I know what it is. I understand what it is, but putting it into words outside of that is hard. Speaking is hard. I'm more used to like having my thoughts to myself than actually speaking it out loud. So maybe that's why I subconsciously chose to have a Zatsudan today instead of doing anything else. It's me most of the time, for real, for real. But I need to practice doing Zatsudans, doing just chatting streams, mainly because it uh, honestly just chatting streams, zero effort to start. You just click start screen, go on the just chatting app and yap your way. And it's a learned skill, you know, like I need to practice. It's a learned skill, yapping. Honestly, yapping is a learned skill. It takes a whole lot to be a professional yapper. So I guess that's kind of why. And also because I was talking about earlier that I didn't really feel like doing a drawing stream today, mainly because I just want to chill out. It's almost I have a flight in roughly around 6 6 hours. I want to say 6 hours, but technically it's like 11 hours because I don't count. So my time when you ask me about a flight time, like because I'm going on a break for a week, roughly a week. Yeah, roughly a week. I'm going on a break for a week. Um, and like if you ask me like generally if you ask me what time my flight is, I will give you of the time of which I leave my house. not the time of which the airplane leaves from the ground with me in it, hopefully, but it's the time I leave my house. Because the 3 hours that I spend in the airport is not counted. It's not counted. Because I'm at the airport. I'm where I'm supposed to be. But like the time beforehand is 3 hours. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable. Look, I'm very anxious when when I fly. I'm very Yes, Maru. Hold up, something's happening outside. Wait. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, Maru's a little rowdy right now. He gets really anxious when I start packing my suitcases because he thinks he's not coming along. So he gets really anxious when I pack my suitcases. So he's just kind of he thinks he's not coming along. That's the thing, but like he kind of is coming along. So you know, so there's that. He's a little anxious because he's just kind of like, where's my mom going? Am I coming with? So every little noise that you hear he hears like at the back, he's just kind of like, what the fuck? What's happening, mom? Are you here? So yeah, so if he barks like a little extra today, that's the reason why. Anyway, what was I talking about? Right, my plane etiquette. So when I get really anxious when it's time to fly on a plane because um because I really like it's a fear of mine to miss a flight. I've never, of all the times I flew on a plane or ridden a train that had, some trains, they need, you need to book some trains, or like buses to go far away. I've never missed any of those because I get really anxious when it comes to those things. Because I'm just kind of like, am I late? Am I early? Am I too early? Do I have everything? So, I've divided through my years of living as both a demon and a snail. I have devised a plan that a system where I pack things like maybe 2 days before. I was talking about this earlier. Once I upload the VOD, it will be there. I've talked about this earlier. When I pack my things, I pack 2 days before. Because if I pack any earlier than that, I will keep opening and closing my suitcase over and over again. Especially if it's like a long trip. I will open and close my suitcase, double check, take out stuff, put stuff in it, and then I'd end up forgetting things because that's happened to me before. I was taught by my parents, by Nocti Mama, Nocti Papa. I was taught by my parents back then that when you pack a suitcase, it should be a month before. And when I was a kid, that was never a problem because I never packed my suitcase as a kid. It was always my parents who packed my suitcase for me as a kid. But now, ever since my mom was just kind of like, okay, Nakti, you're old enough to pack your suitcase. Ever since my mom was just kind of like, yeah, you're good. Early month, like packing suitcase never worked for me. I was always putting out stuff. I was always checking. I was always anxious the whole time. So now when I pack my things, I pack it like 2 days before if it's a long trip, or a day before if it's just like a day trip. Like, you know, when you go to a beach with friends. Um I pack a day before or 2 days before. That way, I know what's in my suitcase. I know everything that's in it. I know I don't have to constantly like open and close, add things that I don't need, or add things that I don't need, or like put in things that don't really matter. Or like generally uh generally going like, do I have this, do I have that, is this okay, is this present, you know. I know everything's there because I just packed it. I know what's in there because I just put it in. So I finished packing my suitcase yesterday, and then I finished packing my carry-on, my hand carry, the one you take in your bag, the one you take with you in the plane, today. And yeah. Yeah. Um so the room's all messed up because of packing. No, I actually pack very neatly. Like, for someone so chaotic when it comes to packing things, I actually pack very neatly. I don't like throw stuff everywhere. Um I'm not I won't say I'm the neatest person out there, but I also know for a fact that I'm not the messiest. Like, cuz when you ask me where something is in my general area, whether it be a room or just something I hang out in a lot, I know where it is. I know how to put stuff where it is. I can find it if you give me the time. So it's not messy. If anything, things are cleaner now because there's less stuff outside in my room than there's a little less stuff in my room. So it's a little better. It's a little better. It's a little cleaner. Um what else? What else? What else? But yeah, that's generally my process when it comes to traveling. I pack 2 days to 1 day before, and then I get to the airport, the train station, the bus station, wherever I need to be, 3 hours early. Because I'm too afraid to miss my flight, my ride, my whatever going somewhere. Because I don't know, tickets are expensive, y'all. And I could never be one of those people that sleeps through a flight. I've known people who have slept through flights. I've known people who have slept through flights, and I'm just kind of like, man, you have a lot of money to sleep through flights. I could never, because until I get on that vehicle, whether it be a plane, a train, or whatever, until I get on that vehicle, I can't sleep a wink. Like my brain is just kind of like, oh, we have to be up at this time. We can't oversleep. We can't do anything. Um we can't be asleep at this time. We have to be awake. We have to be alert. We have to be alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic about things. And until I get to the plane itself, I will not sleep. Therefore, that's why I decided to stream today beforehand, like a few hours before my flight, because I can't sleep. I won't be able to sleep. I won't be able to rest. I will be restless until then. So might as well put that restlessness to some use, which is streaming and letting my mouth run for who knows how long. For who knows how long. I'm really excited though. Like more so than usual, more so than I usually am when it comes to like trips and whatnot. So I guess it's not all bad. It's not all bad. So yeah. What I really feel sorry for is Maru, because he has like this anxiety when it comes to people traveling in general. especially when it comes to me. Mainly because Maru when I think I'm not sure if this is the reason, but a lot of my thinking goes into the fact that when Maru was like a little puppy, like little tiny puppy. When Maru was a like when I first got Maru, he got shipped by an airplane. So he's really anxious when it comes to planes, because I think for him, people traveling or people putting him in like a basket or anything is equivalent to sending him off, like making him go somewhere else. So he's really anxious when it comes to travel, like whether he comes or not. He gets really like all haywire and whatnot, which I think is understandable, because like for him, like because the first time he did it, he got separated from his parents. Gonna bark again. I can feel it. Gonna bark again. He's looking. He's looking. He has a pose when he tries to bark. He's looking. You better not. Okay. Okay. He looked at me and was just kind of like, "Okay, mom, I won't." He has a pose when he's about to bark. That's why I know he's about to bark. And sometimes when you catch him early, he kinda doesn't bark anymore. But it doesn't work like 100%. So right now it did work. Good boy. Hi, Shadow. Oh, I said hi because you redeemed the sapperling check before the small hello. I'm sorry. It's okay. Just ignore me. Anyway, yeah, good boy. Hello, hello. How are you doing, Shadow? What you call this? What was I talking about? Right, Maru separation anxiety. So, like, yeah, I think that's why he gets anxious when he sees somebody packing suitcases, packing like stuff in general, because he was shipped away as a kid, like as a puppy. So he's just kind of like, what's happening now? Is my mother leaving me? Am I being abandoned? Am I being like, am I gonna be left alone again? Like, what's wrong? And it doesn't matter like if you leave him like for a day. Like let's say I go on a beach trip, or like I just go out for a whole day. If he sees me packing clothes in like anything at all, let's say I'm going for a beach day, like obviously if you're going for a beach day, you either wear your swimming attire underneath your clothes, or you have your swimming attire in your bag, and then you have an extra set of clothes just in case, right? Like that's usually like the go-to. You have your clothes, your swim clothes, and then an extra pair of clothes just in case, like you don't want to use it. And then you get like a bag for all the wet clothes that you have, basically. Um, so let's say I'm going on a beach trip. If he sees me packing clothes inside a bag, no matter what the amount is, he's just straight up, "Where are you going, mom?" Just straight up, "What are you gonna do? Where are you going? What's happening? Are you leaving me?" That's what it is for him in general. Like he's just so afraid of being left out. But he gets like that when you go out. It depends. If he sees clothes, he gets that way. But if he doesn't see clothes, he you can kind of tell that he gets really sad when you leave him. Like when you go out without him, he gets sad when I go out without him. Like just this recently, I went to the dentist without him, right? Hi, Cody. Um, just recently, I went to the dentist without Maru. Um, so what ended up happening is I had to leave him because obviously I can't take my dog to the dentist, mainly because Maru is not a what you call it, a registered therapy dog. He's not a therapy dog by any means. Like he really isn't. So I'm not gonna be like one of those people that registers my dog as a therapy dog or puts a working vest on him. just so I can take him all around. That's just rude. Like if you do that, that's rude and wrong. but like he get when you tell him di ka kasama, because that's the because I speak to him in Filipino and English. Di ka kasama means you're not coming with, basically. Di kasama, or yeah, di kasama is like a shortcut to like saying it, but I'm basically telling him he's not coming with me. He gets really sad, and sometimes he starts crying. He like whimpers a little bit, and he follows me all to the door, and he's just kind of like, "Really, mom, I'm not coming." And it's definitely not as intense as when he sees you like packing. Mi kasama? No, not mi kasama. Di ka kasama. Here, I'll type it in chat so you can see. I think it's better because I think it's hard when I'm speaking in Filipino, because like I speak fast. Like I speak Filipino fast, I guess. Here. Here. Di ka kasama. That means like di ka kasama is you're not coming with me, basically. Like it doesn't mean that like you're not coming with me to um how do I explain it? It can mean a lot of things. It's contextual wise, because it could mean that you're not coming with us to a certain location. It could also mean something like you're not it's generally a term for not including you in something, basically. So it can also be a term for, like, let's say you're splitting a bill. You and your friends are eating out, and then there's a bill, there's like a check or whatever you call it, a bill, a check, whatever it is. And like, normally some friends, they like splitting the bill in equal parts if it's like a shared food that everybody eats into. And if you don't, if somebody like doesn't eat during the meal, obviously they're not part of the cut. So sometimes you hear someone, di ka kasama sa bill, or like, yeah, di ka kasama sa bill. That means you're not included in the bill. That's generally what it is. You're not included, you're not coming, or something like that. It depends on the context on how you use it. Filipino's weird in that sense. Hi, Barry. Filipino's weird in that sense that some of our sentences, some of our way of speaking is very direct, but it can also be used in multiple things, multiple areas, multiple sentences, multiple meanings. It's like there's context. We sometimes use the same words to mean different things. Yeah, like the Filipino term for a Japanese is hapon, 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 and we also use that same spelling but different intonation when we say hapon. There's hapon and hapon. Hapon means afternoon. So we kind of have those things that, like, a lot of times there's also, I think, the common one that that people know is mahal, which means love in Filipino. It means love, mahal. But like, you can also say mahal in a term that it's expensive. So we have words like that every so often. Not I from the top of my head, I can't think of a lot of Filipino words with double meaning, but we do have a couple. There's also this one's a little more, I wouldn't say common, but like this is also something people forget. Paso. I will here. I'll just type it here in the display. Hey, we're getting a Filipino lesson as our Zatsudan. Hey, what's up? A Filipino lesson for Nocti Zatsudan. I will. Okay, so let's make the background white so you can see. Pre-redeem. Woo! I mean, like the chance to learn is a chance nonetheless. Uh, okay, okay. So ne. So I've told you guys mahal, right? I want this to be smaller because it's gonna be a bunch. So I've taught you guys that mahal equals expensive or love. So that's one thing. There's mahal and mahal. It's I'm telling you now. There's no difference. Like you just have to use it in context. It's just context because like hapon and hapon are like one is said faster than the other and the other one has uh uh another one is like higher on the like hapon there's a slight pause in hapon, I think, I guess, and then hapon is just like you say it as one whole thing. I suck at explaining these things. Another term is paso. Paso. So paso, if you like paso is can mean like flower pot. Or it can mean burn. burn, 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 burn. Burn, burning. No, I wouldn't say burning because burning is napaso. There's a na in before it. Napaso, pinaso, paso. Filipino is hard when you explain when I try to explain it like this. But paso el paso. Paso, napaso, paso, paso, paso. Okay, paso, paso. So one of them, the up sound, paso, paso is at the a. Pa, then so paso, and then you go down. The other one is paso. I don't know how to explain. I don't know if it's sounding different to somebody who's never heard Filipino before, but to me it sounds different. Maybe paso, paso. Paso is the flower pot. Paso is the burned thing. Another thing that I also what else can I see here? Oh, here. Basa, which means read, or basa, which means wet. Basa or basa. Basa is read, basa is wet. Oh, this one's also really good. There's all yeah, Filipino has these kinds of words. There's also huli and huli. Huli is like, how do I explain huli? Last? I guess like for a rough translation it means last. Like you're the last one, last chance, basically. Huli. Last one, last chance, last person on the road or something. That's basically what huli is. And then we also have huli. There's huli and huli, which means to capture, catch. Yeah. To capture or to catch. Basa. Yeah, there's huli is last. Huli is catch. Nahuli. Yeah. It's slower. Huli is catch. Capture. you, you know, these kinds of things you don't really think about when you're just kind of like you're born in the language. I think that's why a good advice to people learning new languages, sometimes you find it easier learning a second language or like a third language from somebody who's also learned the language instead of like a native speaker, because for native speakers these things just come as they are. Like I don't have a reasoning onto why I can't explain to you why these things are these the way they are. They just are. They just are like this. There's no rhyme or rules. It just sounds this way and you know what it is. So like when somebody who's like generally learning the language, it's harder for them to learn. Usually it's harder for them to learn if the teacher is a native speaker, because a lot of these things just come and go. It's a little easier for you to learn if the person teaching you is also learning the language or has learned the language as a second or third language, because they know they can explain the rules well. They know like the nuances in these things. And you know, like for me as a Filipino, even if you like don't enunciate these words, I generally know what you're talking about, because um because even if like let's say paso or paso, even if someone tells me paso, I can take it from context or like what they're saying about what they're telling me, because like to me it just makes sense. Oh, there's also this one, I think, baba, which is chin, like your chin, like your chin, or baba or baba. This is go down. Or downstairs.
Hey yo, we all around these parts.
Ah, Dino! Welcome, Raiders! Welcome,
Episode
welcome, welcome,
22.
welcome, welcome, welcome. Dino, Nugget. How we, Raiders? Welcome, Raiders. Welcome. Yay, Snail
Podcast
Model. Welcome,
364,
Raiders.
so
Welcome,
let's stay
Raiders. Welcome,
collected.
welcome, 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 Raiders. Welcome, Raiders. Hi, guys. My name is Noctiluca Luminos. I am a flower demon psychopomp. Uh, I usually do art streams in my channel, but like today, I am doing a just chatting stream mainly because I am preparing for an airplane flight in like a few hours, like 6 hours, and I didn't want to sleep, so I'm just doing something chill. But how was the art stream, Dino? How was the art stream? How was the art stream? Have a safe flight. Thank you. Thank you. Today I'm just teaching chat some Filipino words I'm just teaching chat some Filipino words that like have double meanings or like different ways of saying them. But but like what you call this, different ways of saying them, but at the same time kind of confusing. So I'm teaching chat those things. Long time no see. Yeah, how fun. Can you do you wanna get did you ever have a dream when you were do you guys wanna show what you guys made? I saw you guys were doing art. I even if I'm not drawing, I would like art tags if you want to share what you were drawing. Drew a granny? You got spoiled by a Spider-Man? Got old again? that Dino can never grow old. Not in my heart. In my heart, Dino is forever with what age she says she is. She's still stinky too. Wow. You know, we're all streamers. We're all VTubers. Being stinky is a requirement. Our tags. Okay. Our tags. Okay. I'll continue like my teachings. What was I teaching? Right. Baba or baba. So baba is chin. Like if you say um what you call this? If a Filipino says baba. Oh, you sent it to me on Discord. Okay, let's look at Dino art text first before we continue. Before we continue our very good discussion. Hold up. Okay. Ito ne. Please hold. Tadang. Ooh, Grandma! Grandma Dino. So cute! So sleepy. Like, peaceful. I love it. Guys, make sure you guys check out Dino Nugget. They do a lot of Minecraft streams. They do lots of comfy streams. They do art streams. They're really sweet, really cute. They're cute Nekomata that also eats your soul. As a grandma then raised me. Ah, it's so cute. Thank you for sharing, Dino. And please do your after stream cares, raiders. If you don't feel pressured to stay in chat. Don't feel pressured to like stay if you need to do something. If you need to do anything at all. If you like need to like eat, sleep, do whatever. Don't hesitate whatsoever. And you too, Dino, make sure you do your after stream care. But if you're gonna stay, you're welcome to, and thank you for sharing. Okay, so where were we? Okay, so what was I talking about? Right. So baba is chin, baba is to go down, and it gets confusing because bumaba ang baba is a sentence I can actually say. Bumaba yung baba is actually a sentence I can say in Filipino, which which is kind of concerning. Which kind of means the chin went down. Bumaba means go down. Baba is like baba is like chin. Bumaba is go down, baba is chin. So bumaba yung baba. To go downstairs, like it doesn't necessarily mean to go downstairs. It just means to go down. To go down. So in this context, bumaba yung baba just means to go down. Like the chin went down, basically. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily mean it went downstairs, but that's an actual sentence I can say in Filipino. Another thing I can also say, yeah, like they moved their chin down, kinda, yeah, but in a more exaggerated way. Like, let's say you gasp or like you were shocked. Bumaba yung baba sa gulat. That means your chin went down in surprise or like something like that. In shock or something like that. So there are like contexts to it. It's something you can say. Another thing I can say in Filipino is napaso sa paso. Napaso is you got, so napaso sa paso. It's kind of weird because you don't really get burned by a flower pot unless the flower pot's been like out, like unless you've just really made the flower pot out of a kiln and it's like newly made. You know how it's like pottery works, like you put it in a kiln and then it gets really hot and then if you touch it with your bare hands you're gonna get burned. So napaso sa paso is like something like, in a sense, in English it's like you got burned by the flower pot. Yeah, it's all in Tagalog. It's all in Filipino. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Another thing that has two meanings is pito, which is whistle, or pito, which is 7. Like the number 7. So when you say pitong pito, that's 7 whistles. It's an actual, 7, like he whistled 7 times. Pumito siya ng 7 beses. Something like that. And the thing is, like, yeah, that is a sentence. There's pito, whistle, pito, 7. Another thing is like kita. Kita is income. Or kita. Kita, or kita. No, this is also kita, not kita. Kita is to see. Nakita. Kita. Right. To see? Or like see, I guess. Kita kata. Kito kato. So there's kita, income, kita, or to see. There's also, this can also mean, or nakita kita. This could also mean you, actually. There's 3 to this. This could also mean you in a sentence. Like, somehow pertaining to you. Yeah. But it's not the only term we use for you. Like the word you. There's multiple ways like a Filipino can address the word you. It just depends on the sentence. But kita, nakita kita. I'm getting confused now trying to explain it. But if I tell you nakita kita, that means that means I saw you. Yeah, nakita kita. Yeah. Nakita kita is I saw you. But yeah, that's oh my god. Now that I'm trying to explain it, it feels weird because I've never really fully thought about these things until now because they just come to me as somebody who speaks Filipino. What else? There's also tayo, us, or tayo, which is stand. Yeah, stand. Tayo is us, tayo is stand. So like tumayo tayo means we all stood. We all stood. Yeah. So and there's also bukas, open. Like the store is open, bukas. Like the bag is open, bukas. That kind of open. Or bukas, which is tomorrow. Bukas. What other things? Well, I said the hapon and hapon earlier. Hapon is Japanese person. Actually, no. This is not just Japanese person. It can also be the language, actually. This could also be the so hapon is like it can mean the person and it can mean the language. So yeah. Japanese or hapon, which is afternoon. Afternoon or no, actually this is midday. Because midday is different from afternoon. Midday is like starts at 12 in the noon time, right? Oh, no, noon. Because noon and then afternoon. Right. Noon and then afternoon. Right. This is reminding me of my cousins confusing each other when they also speak. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to explain. It's hard to um it's hard, it's hard to explain these things without context, because a lot of these words require context when using them, because when you're speaking fast in Filipino, it's a little hard to discern which is which, especially for somebody who's non-native and speaking the language. So these kinds of things are a little hard to explain, a little hard without context, without like knowing a few words here and there. Yeah. So the store opens tomorrow is bukas bubukas ang tindahan. Bukas bubukas. Bukas magbubukas actually is the proper term, I believe. Bukas magbubukas. Or magbubukas bukas. So it's interchangeable. Magbubukas bukas is like magbubukas is it's opening bukas tomorrow. And then bukas magbubukas is tomorrow it's opening. Yeah, Japanese is also very heavily context. That's why you don't hear a lot of Japanese people, they do not say the word watashi wa or anata, because it's heavily implied when you're talking about yourself and when you're talking to another person. That's why like you know, genki desu ka? You don't like normally say anata wa. You know, they just answer. Or like watashi no namae wa. They don't really say watashi no namae wa. No, they just say namae wa. Yeah, anata is also very rude, like to somebody. It's context based mainly because you're not. That's why a lot of Japanese person, they don't really use anata. Anata wa. They just they just kind of say your name, like Doctor San, and then they ask the question or whatever, or like Doctor San or something like that. They don't say anata because it's very rude in them. So it's very contextual wise. And also when you ask like are kore sore, they you don't, especially when you're asking those kinds of things, you don't need to like context wise. It just generally is what the topic is you're talking about. But yeah, that's basically Japanese. It's also very contextual. Yes, yes. Yeah, they might just say doctor this. They don't say namaiwa doctor this. But it sometimes in a depends on where you are. You know, some people do still say namaiwa, but it's not very common. Sometimes they just say doctor des o namaiwa. When they ask you o namaiwa, onomaiwa desu ka? Sometimes I don't know. I've never heard desu ka at the end of onomaiwa sometimes, but like sometimes they do onomaiwa desu ka, or they're asking what your name is. You just say your name like Nocti desu, Noctiluca desu. You don't say watashi wa watashi no namae wa Noctiluca desu. You don't say like that. Chismosa, because it has the same meaning. Yeah, chismosa, chisme. I think it's chisme in because we have chismis. Chismis is like gossip in Filipino. I think in Spanish it's chisme. Chisme? I think I'm not really sure. But I've heard chisme before, but not in Filipino context, yeah. Genki, yeah, genki desu ka? Genki. Sometimes like they don't even, but that's more casual. Sometimes they say genki desu ka? Genki desu, like you know, but you add the o in front just to be a little more polite. That's always the funny thing to me in Japanese. Sometimes you add an o in the front. Oh, the word chisme is the person. And the person is chismosa, yeah. The word is chisme and the person is chismosa, yeah. So it's always so funny to me that o generally means like in Japanese, it's being more polite. Like oyasumi, like when you say oyasumi, you're generally being, it's like a politer way of saying good night. But you can generally say it without the o. Yung yasumi, that's acceptable. That's a casual way of saying goodnight to somebody. So that context is always so funny because because like o genki desu, genki. No, it's just part of a word now. Technically, you can say yasumi nasai, yasumi nasai. You can say it without the o, but the o just makes it a little more polite. Uh, but, but take it like it's not applicable to everything. Like o genki desu ka, genki desu ka. Like o genki desu ka is considered a little more polite because of the o in front of it. But it's funny in that context because the Japanese word for a penis is ochinchin. So that means ochinchin is a polite penis, chinchin is a rude penis. So I don't know. Like there's certain like context to it. Obviously, I'm not a native Japanese speaker, so I can't explain these things. Like it's just really funny. Nocti, I was not expecting that. I'm sorry. It's just really funny. Only polite peepees here, exactly. What was I talking about? Right, Filipino words that sound the same. In the context of not safe for work things. I want to say this. I'm not gonna type it out, but I can type it out. So I'm a snail. Snail in Filipino is suso. Suso. That is what a snail is, right? I'm a snail right now. Snail in Filipino is suso. I'm not gonna write what it means, what it is, or I'm just gonna say this. I'm not gonna type it whatsoever. Because I don't know if I'll get banned for it or not. And these days, I don't. I have to be careful now. So there's suso, which is a snail, and suso, which means a nipple. That's a thing too. It can be like any nipple. It doesn't have to be a human thing. It can be a cow's like a cow's udder. That's also suso. Um, it can be a cow's udder. It can be like the pigs. It's just yeah. You found a what? So yeah, that's also a double meaning in Filipino. Oh, this is fun. I think not a lot of people think about this one. Magulang, which means parents, and magulang, which means what you call it? How do I explain magulang? I guess exploiter. I guess context wise, yeah, somebody who exploits you. Excuse me, what? Yeah, these are yeah. So when you say magulang, that's your parents, but it can also mean magulang as an exploiter, like somebody who exploits you in general. Why is it the same word? Okay, so this one has a little bit more leeway to it because normally you use the term like the exploiter one, the exploiter word. It's kind of hard. Okay, so I'm gonna explain to you guys that the root word for both of these words is gulang. Like the gulang part, this part. The gulang part is the root word. Because gulang is another term for age. So the reason why your parents are called magulang is because your parents are older than you. That basically you're basically saying they're older in age. That's why they're called magulang. But it also makes sense for an exploiter's term because an exploiter is taking advantage of you because they either know more of the situation or are older than you to exploit you. So that's why yeah, it's kind of like calling them older person basically. But when somebody exploits you, normally they're more knowledgeable or they're older than you or something about a certain topic. So it kind of like that's how these two kind of have the same thing. It's not a thing. But 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 the good news is people don't generally. I think one of the reasons why um people don't confuse these two words is because the parent word magulang is more commonly used, and we don't really use it to refer. We don't really use it in sentence. The exploiter one, it's used in sentences, but you don't usually hear it in sentences because we can change we have like these past, present tense, past, future tense participles, suffixes and prefixes, and sometimes in between the words that we use to like describe something. So we don't really use the term magulang as an exploiter term most of the time. So, not a lot of people get confused with this one. It's hard to explain. Because like, ginulangan is like, I'm still using the root word gulang, and then ginulangan is like, it doesn't return term for your parents. I mean, I would hope you don't have the, we don't. You usually like, if somebody tells you, magulang, like, I'm telling you now, 99.99% of the time, it means their parents. Magulang. Like, if somebody in Filipino tells you 90, like magulang, that 99.99% of the time, it's very safe to assume that it means their parents. The 0.01% that it means an exploiter, very rare, and you need context for it. That's just it. Without context for it whatsoever, your safest bet is to just to just assume that it's your parents. um what else? What else can I teach that's that's um ha 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 ha. Oh, another thing I think. Oh, this one's also really interesting. That I think I'm trying to like think of Filipino words in my head. So there's daan, which is road, or path, or to pass through. To pass through. Or and or daan, which is 100. Like hundreds not 100, hundreds. Yeah. There's daan and daan. So, the like, let's say it's 100. One in Filipino is isa. And then if you want to make it 100, isang daan. So you add an NG at the end of isa. So isa is spelled like this. Isa. Isa is spelled like that. But if you wanted to make it 100, you add an NG plus NG and then daan. And then it equates to isang daan. Isang daan. Which is 100. That's how you put like 100 in Filipino, hundreds in Filipino, and then it goes the same up to 900. So like isang daan, dalawang daan is 200, tatlong daan is 300, and you just put the number in front and then ng daan, and then it becomes the number. I'll be honest, it's kind of easy to count in Filipino. But at the same time, it's a little hard to count in Filipino. Mainly because we also count in Spanish terms. Like, I don't know. Like there's also, I don't know if it's Spanish. 50. 50 is Spanish? Is 50 Spanish? I don't know. I believe so. I believe 50 is Spanish. So I believe so because like that's if you put it in Tagalog terms, 55 is the usually what you say as 50. 50 is like 50. But it's easy to count in Filipino because generally 50, we spell it differently. Filipino spells 50 differently, but I think we say it the same. So it's a little hard to it's easy generally to count in Filipino. Like if you're just taking into consideration the general term on how we count. Cuz 1 to here, I'll teach you guys like 1 to 10. So 1 is isa, 2 is dalawa, 3 is tatlo, 4. I'll teach you guys how to count. Apat. 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, siyam. 10, 10. So this is how you count to 10. Like say it with me. I know I can't hear you guys, but you know, it's a good practice if you guys want to learn how to count in Filipino. I don't know if you guys want to learn how to count in Filipino, but it's good practice if you want to learn how to count in Filipino, I guess. So we start from 1, okay? Isa, dalawa. I'll do it slow actually. Why am I doing it fast? Isa, dalawa, tatlo, apat, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's how you count to 10 in Filipino, right? If you wanna say 11, normally, 10. Yeah, 10. So, you know, a lot of words, a lot of people, when they count, usually when they go to 11, like let's say Japanese, right? 10 is ju. If you want to say 11, ju ichi, right? It's ju plus the number because ichi is 1 in Japanese, right? It's a fun episode of Sesame Street. Sesame Street, hire me. I'll be the Filipino Big Bird. Fun fact, there are big birds, like, it's very there used to be a red big bird, I think in Mexico or in Spain. I think it's one of those. Either in Mexico or in Spain. There used to be a red big bird that was in either Mexico or Spain. And that was the canon big bird for Sesame Street for a while. And what Sesame Street ended up doing, because you know, Big Bird's originally yellow, is eventually they introduced the red big bird as Big Bird's cousin from all over the countries. So that's why we have different colored big birds for different countries. It all started from there. But anyway, I was talking about right. So if you want to count, like let's say Japanese, um, the Japanese from 11 is Juichi, right? Juichi. Because the Japanese for 10 is Ju, right? Yeah, Japanese for 10 is Ju. So, that and usually the reason why it's Juichi is because it's 10 and 1. So same with 1 and 2. Ju2, Ju3, Ju4, Ju5, Ju6, Ju7, Ju8, Ju9. And then you have Niju, which is 20, 210, 20. That's usually the go-to when you're counting, right? Except for when you're telling your age. When you tell your age in 20, I think it's like Hachi or something like that. But it's different. But it's just on 20. Anyway, Anyway. No, not Hachi. Hachi is 8. But you just say something different in 20. I forgot. It's been a while. It's been a while since I had to tell people I was 20. Anyway, no, for 20, if you're 20 years old and you want to introduce your age, like it's not hachi, it's hatachi. Hatachi, you say hatachi as age if you're in your 20. Like just 20. But when you're 21, you still say need you something. But whatever, we're not talking about Japanese, we're talking about Filipino. I don't know why I'm talking about I don't know why I'm talking about Japanese right now. My mind goes places. Anyway, if you want to say 11 in Filipino, in Tagalog, it's labing isa. So, you add, I don't know if this is supposed to be hyphenated, but I'll hyphen it. Labing isa. Is labing isa hyphenated? Yeah, it's hyphenated. Okay. I had to double check that. Sorry. So, labing isa is 11. So you add the word labing plus the number. So, 12 is labing dalawa, 13 labing tatlo, 14 labing apat, 15 labing lima, 16 labing anim, 17 labing pito, 18 labing walo, 19 labing siyam, 20. So for the so that's basically the format. You add a suffix 20 is basically dalawang dalawangpu dalawangpu dalawang dalawangpu dalawangpung dalawangpu dalawangpu dalawang dalawampu pampu dalawampu. So you add dalawampu. So this goes in tens. Dalawampu for tens. So, dalawampu is 20. So, it's basically number. It stops at 19, by the way, the labing one. 20 to 90, you add 20, 20 to 9. 20, this is 20 to 90. This is just by tens, by the way. Number plus ampu. Tatlumpu. Apat na po. Oh, no, it's weird. Ampu. Or napu. Yeah, because apat na po, limang po, anim na po, pitong po. You basically like number umpu actually. Or napu. Sorry. So, if you want to say 21, it's dalawampu put isa. You add like an apostrophe T. That's constant. The apostrophe T is constant. counting. So there's that. 30. So when you go to 30, it's basically like, I don't know if I'm teaching correctly. That lumpo. So you replace the O. If it's ending in a vowel, you replace the O with a U. Yeah, you replace the O with a U, so it goes umpu, I think. Walumpu. Walo. Pitumpu. I'm trying to like I'm trying to like vision it in my head. Pitong po, siyam na po. Anim na po. Limam. Yeah, I think the only exception to this rule, if it ends with a U, you replace it with an umpu. Except all except like it goes like let's say, but if it ends with a consonant, let's say 40. 40 is apat, right? It ends with in a consonant. Consonant. Yeah, that's how you say consonant. Consonant. It ends with a T. So if it ends in a consonant, you use napu. Apat na po. Yeah, apat na po. Anim na po. Pitum po. Walong po. Siyam na po. Yeah, you use nampu. The only exception is 50. Because we don't say limumpu. We don't say limumpu because 50 is lima, right? Lima. 5 is lima. We don't say limumpu. We say limampu. I don't know why that is. I don't know why 50 is limampu. It just is. It just is. That's just how it is. That's the only thing. But it goes back. Dalawampu is also an exception. Yes, I will teach that later. Like because there's like these things in. So I'll teach that later because there's also an exception with 20 in Filipino. There's a lot of exceptions. So 60 is anim na pu. So it's a consonant, so we use napu. 70. So pito. Right? Pito. It's a vowel. So you say, pitumpu. Oh, what happened? Why is it like that? Why is it cut? Wait, is there a limit to this? Why? Okay. Apparently, I can only add so much. So I'll just use a different text. I don't know why it's not letting me anymore. Text. So hold up, chat. I don't know why it's not letting me add anymore. Let me just. Okay. So where are we? We're at 70. So when you say 80, oh, that's huge. When you say 80, when you say the word 80, we have walo, right? Walo. So it ends in a vowel. So you change it to U. Walumpu. And then 90, we have sham. And then you add napu. Right? So really 50 is just really weird. Dalawampu is also an except, but it's really weird. Yeah, we change if it changes in O, usually a vowel, you use umpu. Yeah. You wampu, umpu. Tatlumpu, limampu. Yeah. If it changes O, you change it to U. But like, you know. Umpu. But if it ends, we just put an umpu. Yeah. Yeah, basically. And then, 100 is isang daan. Isang daan. Actually, I think this is, no. Isang daan. So if you want to say two, so it's isa, number plus, number plus daan. There. That's how you count by hundreds. So, this is the basic counting method, right? If you want to say 31, you say tatlumput isa. You add the apostrophe T. Why is this one? Why is this one like this? I'll just move these ones because it's cutting weirdly. I don't know why it's cutting weirdly like this. Just put these ones here. There you go. Yeah, that way you can see easy. So when you say 43, that's apat na put tatlo. Apat na put tatlo. Yeah, apat na put tatlo. I have to double check. Apat na put tatlong put tatlo. Yeah, apat na put tatlo. So you have those things. Hello, hi. Hi. I'm teaching chat how to count in Filipino. Is this Tagalog class? Yeah, we're learning to count. We're learning to count. So, okay. Review, guys. Review, okay? Review. 1 to 10. Isa, dalawa, tatlo, apat, lima, anim, pito, walo, siyam, sampu. So we have 1 to 10, right? 1 to 10. But if we want to say like 11 to 19, we put the word labing and a dash or a hyphen or whatever you call it. A dash or a hyphen in the middle. And then we put the number. So it's labing isa. And if we want to say 12, labing dalawa. If we want to say like, 30. If we want to say 15, labing lima. Right? But once you get to 20, like if you want to count in the tens, 20 is dalawampu. So it's basically the number, and then you add an MPU. MPU or umpu, napu, or whatever. If it ends in an A, you add an MPU. But if it ends in an O, you change the O to a U, and then you add MPU. But if it ends in a consonant, you add the word napu. So, let's say tatlo. Since tatlo ends with an O, we change the O at the very end of tatlo to a U, and then we say tatlumpu, which is 30. Simple enough, right? Like rather simple, rather get. And then when we say anim 60, anim na pu. Since anim ends with a consonant, which is M, we add napu on it. Yeah. So simple enough, right? If you wanna say like 23, what you do is you do the dalawampu, and then you add an apostrophe T, dalawamput isa. So that 23, dalawamput tatlo. Dalawamput tatlo is 23. Dalawamput isa is 21. Dalawamput tatlo is 23. So you add an apostrophe T to whatever you're counting, in what tens you're counting. Like let's say 50, 55, limamput lima. 55. That's 55. So you add apostrophe T to the tens, and then and then the number. Apostrophe T. Okay? Okay. So, here's where it gets really fishy. Here's where it gets really, really like eye emojis. A lot of I would say this is more for the older generation of Filipinos. It translates to younger versions of Filipinos, but since like a lot of Filipino kids, they learn English first instead of Tagalog, they don't really know what this is. Like they have a hard time telling what I'm telling you now, even just regular Filipinos have a hard time with this. Even native speakers, like a lot of native speakers still have a hard time with this. I'll be honest. I know some people who don't have a hard time with these things. Also, thank you for the follow, Jaja. Thank you. Welcome. Um, since if you didn't know, what's that one counting? If you didn't know, okay? If you didn't know, the Philippines was colonized by the Spaniards, and Tagalog is actually has a lot of borrowed words from Spanish. That's why Filipino, Mexican, Spanish, they all sound similar. Wolf lick you, lick him back. Lick him back, Barry. Okay. So we have a lot of borrowed words in Spanish. Sometimes you will hear Filipinos say the word bente. I will move another text. I will do another text for this because this is wild. I wouldn't say wild. But it's just more of like this is also kind of confusing. I'll be honest. To a lot of I know a lot of people in the Philippines have a hard time with this too. Like it's not don't be ashamed because like some people in the Philippines don't even know like what it is when you ask them. Okay. So, we have the word bente. Bente. Which, you know, I do believe this is also this is Spanish. And it means 20. It means 20. So, when you hear somebody in Filipino, this is a more common. This is the most common one that you'll hear. Bente. It means a 20. Because the Philippines has a $20 bill. 20 peso. I wouldn't say dollar, peso. That's our currency. 20 peso bill. If you hear bente lang po, that means 20. And people use bente. This is very common. People use bente more so than they say dalawampu. So, bente is more common. Like when somebody says dalawampu, that like they know that only children use dalawampu actually. But like even now, like they don't I don't hear it as much. It's very common na like 20 is bente in the Philippines. So, this is some stuff. But you also hear when people start getting confused after. Like anything else other than bente, people usually get confused even in the Philippines. Because 30, I know is 30. You will also hear that. Some people don't know what that is. 30 is 30. That's also Spanish. 40 is 40 ata. 40. Because quarters. 40. I don't know if I'm spelling it right. This is just how it's spelled in the Philippines. This might not be how it's spelled in Spanish or Mexico or whatever. But this is how it's spelled in the Philippines. This is by Filipino spelling. Because that's what I know. And then 50 is 50. 50. You know, some people don't even know what 50 is. That's 50. And then we also use it for like the teen years. Like 14 is 14. 18. No. 17 is 17. Yeah. 19, 18. Ele- you know what? Let's start here. So 11 is 11. 12 is 12. 12, Nocti. 12. 13 is 13. 14. 15, I believe, is 15. 15. 15. 15. That's how we spell things. Like I know this isn't how like a Spanish person would spell it, but this is how we spell things in the Philippines. There's so many things on my screen. 17, 18, 18, 19, 19. Yeah, that's how you that's how you write it. That's how you write it in Filipino. But yeah, we also have these in Filipino. So it kind of gets confusing a little to count because sometimes some people use the Spanish terms more than the Filipino terms. You'll normally hear this from old people if you're traveling by bus or by local public transport. This is also something you'll hear. You'll hear 18, not oche. 18, ocho, ocho. I'm not even sure if that's how we spell ocho. I think it's a ch. I'm not entirely sure. Filipino's hard, guys. But yeah, I think we also use like the 1 to 9 thing, the one, uno, dos. We also use that. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve. We also use that. We don't use the 9 as much, the nueve. We don't use that 9. We just say sham. We don't use that one, but generally like the terms that we do use the Spanish on in the single ones, I think sa or 12. But 12 is like 13. Dos, dos, dos. Or tres. We use cuatro. Cuatro. Sometimes we do. Cuatro. Actually, we spell it like this. Cuatro. Cinco. Cinco. Sais. Sais. This one I know. We don't say uno for or un for one. We don't. It's always isa. Siete. Actually, this is how we spell it. Siete. 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 Ocho. Or ocho. Ocho. I do believe that's how we spell that. I'm not sure. Because I've never had to spell these things before. Sham. We don't really use nuebe that much. So we don't count 9. But like for two to 8, we kind of use the Spanish ones sometimes, but in a different spelling. And then sometimes you'll hear like 11, 11, 12, 12, 13. It stops, but we don't. Here's the funny thing, right? We use the Spanish ones for the tens, but we don't really use the Spanish ones for if we're counting in between. Like let's say like you know how I explained that it's very common for people in the Philippines to just instead of saying dalawamput isa or dalawampu, we just say 20. We just say 20, right? We just say 20. That's very common. Um Technically we kinda use 21 sometimes, but I don't hear it as often. 31, 32, 34. I guess I kinda do, but like it's not. Honestly, people just use the English term sometimes for that. 21 po. Yeah. Honestly, like in this day and age, we don't even use like even the Tagalog term sometimes. We just use the English one. We just use 21, 22, 23. Like honestly. But more often than not, we generally do. Yes. We don't even use these are just things that we learn in school, but honestly if you just count in English, more often like honestly people will just give you the number. Like let's say you're buying something from the department store, and you know, let's say what you're buying is like 500 Philippine peso. You won't hear the cashier say 500 po. They'll tell you 500 po. You know, yeah. They'll tell you 500 lang po. Like, it's only 500. You know. So I guess that's how I felt in Japan, because sometimes instead of daijoubu desu ka, yeah, okay desu ka, okay. Okay. They just say okay desu ka. You know, it's kind of funny because like even if you don't learn how to count, it's good if you learn how to count. Like learning how to count is hard sometimes, but especially in a foreign language, but generally in the Philippines, honestly. Honestly. Even us Filipinos don't use like that. Sometimes we do, but it's even if you're having a hard time remembering how to, um it's okay, you can just say it in English, I'll be honest. 55. Yeah. Actually, even no matter where you go, like if you're having a hard time remembering which word is for which in Filipino, like especially when it comes to numbers, you can just say the English word and you're good, you're fine, like you'll survive. And things will be like, yeah, that's okay. Like the people will just understand you. Like let's say you're using public transport. I think I'm not sure. I think the public transport um stuff is when 20 12 ata. 12. I'm not sure. When I was going to university, this is with like a student discount. Public transport for me was like 7 7 Philippine peso. I don't know now because like I'm not in school anymore. Not in school anymore. I don't use public transport, so I don't know. Um, but like it was 7. It was 7 pesos. Like honestly, like if you ask them how much the fare is, it's more often than not they just answer you in English. 7 po, 7 with a Filipino accent. 7, 8 po, 8, 8. So you're good. Even if you don't learn how to count, it's fine. Like even we don't use it as often. It's kind of cute, no? But like for the small ones, I think we use it up to. It's more commonly like to use it like at like one to five. Like you don't sometimes you don't hear one as often. I think you hear isa lang, one lang po. But we still use one. We still use like an English one, like honestly. But yeah, hello. Now you know how to count in Filipino. Hooray! This will be uploaded as a VOD, by the way. So if ever you wanna like review the lesson or like if you wanna learn extra on how to count, but but yeah, you can review. Nocti, 5 bilyong taong gulang. Body? Why is body? 17 taon. What's body? Why do you have the word body in it? 5 bilyong taong gulang, it means 5,000 years old. Because 5 billion is 5,000. Taong gulang. Body, katawan, 17 taon, katawan. 17 is, 18. Body is katawan. Katawan. This is how you write. This is how you write katawan. Katawan. That's how you write body. Katawan. That's how a body is. But I don't know why you're saying body in the middle of saying an age though. Because we don't do that. Yeah, pito. Oh yeah, pito. Right, 7. Sorry. Sorry. Even we get confused honestly because we don't use the labing pito. I'm more used to using the Spanish terms, the 17, 18, 19. I'm used to like the Spanish terms more than the labing isa, labing dalawa, labing tatlo. I don't really. And also we just use the English, I'll be honest. Like let's say what you're buying is like 1,000 of something. You know, people aren't gonna say 1,000 po. Sometimes we do 1,000, 1,000. But like honestly, most of the time they just say 1,000 po. I'm sorry. Like even if you say it in English, I'll be honest, people will still understand you. What else? What else are we trying to learn? Okay. Erase. What else do you guys want to learn in Filipino? I thought you guys had to count already. What you guys want to learn the alphabet? You guys want to learn the alphabet? Might as well. Yeah, you guys. So here's the thing. Do you guys wanna know the Filipino alphabet? Or do you guys wanna know the English Filipino alphabet? Because we have two alphabets. We have an abacada alphabet, which is basically Filipino ABCs without some of the English ones. But since like we borrow words from English, you know, we basically just inserted our Filipino alphabet into the English alphabet. uh, So, you guys know how the English alphabet has 26 letters? In Filipino, we have if we put the Filipino alphabet with the English alphabet, we have 28. But like if it's the Filipino alphabet, I believe abacada is like 25 letters. Yeah, I believe abakada is 25 letters. Abakada ega ihilama nga na upara sa tuwaya. Right? That's abakada ega ha ilama. That's 10. Na nga o para sa tuwaya. No, that's huh? I'm trying. 15 or wait. No. That's less than 25. What the heck? Wait. I That's less than 25, really? 20, no, it's supposed to be 20 letters, right? Abakada ega. Abakada ega. Ha I la ma na nang o pa ra sa tu wa ya. That's 19. What am I missing? Nga na nga. Oh, no, that's NG. What am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Why is it 20? Huh? What am I missing? Am I counting wrong? Wait. Wait. Ba ka da e ga ha I la ma na nga o pa ra sa tu wa ya. What? Huh? Maybe I'm counting wrong. But I know it's like 2021 or 25? Is it 25? Oh no, because maybe? Huh? You know, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to explain. Why is this hard to explain? 5, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. I guess we do have Enyas in there, so that's 21. Where'd the other 4 come from? Why does it say 20? Why does this say 25? Oh, okay. I get it now. I get why it says 25. Okay, I get it now. Okay. Because I'm looking at a site to like double check this. I get it now why it says 25. I'm stupid. Anyway. Okay. It's stupid. Okay, chat. Do you guys wanna learn the Filipino alphabet or the English Filipino alphabet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 15. Like let me know. Like honestly, if we're going by the Filipino English alphabet, there's only 2 letters that we'll add to it. I'll be honest. So it's basically the English alphabet with just 2 letters in it. But like if we're going with the actual Filipino alphabet, it's basically your ABCs, but like there's some letters out and we say it differently. That's pretty much it. Basically ABCs, but like we say it differently. Can tell us both. Okay, I'll start with the Filipino alphabet, I guess. Oh, so like here's the thing, chat. Okay, Filipino alphabet has been gone through so much. Like the Filipino language, we also have this language called Baybayin, but we don't really use it anymore. Basically script writing during the Spanish colonization. So basically when we were colonized by the Spaniards, we had to make up a writing system that the Spaniards didn't understand because you know, we were colonized and we were trying to fight for our freedom. But we don't really use that, so I'm not gonna teach that to you guys anymore because like we don't use that anymore. We just use letters from the English alphabet. We use our ABCs now. We still use that in like some parts of the Philippines, I'd like to believe so, but by buying we don't have to talk about that. Okay, I'm teaching you guys my ABCs as I was taught, the Filipino ABCs as I was taught as a child. And instead of ABCs, we call it abacada. Abacada. That's how we say our ABCs. But nobody really says abacada anymore, except pertaining to the Filipino language. When we're like, you know how you're taught English in school if you know how you're taught English in school if you're like in the US, and you know they teach you English, or like in to learn like how it is, but you're a native English speakers. That's basically how it is for us in the Philippines. We learn Filipino, we learn Tagalog, we have a Filipino language, and you know, even as children, and we're taught how to speak in Filipino. Even though majority of it just comes to us because we're native speakers and stuff. Avocado. Because avocado is not a word, Barry. It's avocado. If you're pertaining to an avocado. So technically, Filipinos still use the abacada alphabet when we borrow words from English. It's basically syllable alphabet. So we'll start with A. Instead of saying A, we say ah, like the word ah, like ah, but not long. We just say ah, ah, and then B is, instead of B, we say ba, ba. That's A and B. A is a, B is ba. And Filipino or Tagalog, we don't have the letter C. We don't have the letter C. Instead, we have ka. That is our C. Abaka. That's ABC. We don't have the letter C. We have ka. like if you're writing something in Filipino, like if it's not an English word, there's no C in it. We don't use it's basically a C. That's basically RC. Like what's a C word? Trying to think. I'm trying to think of a C word that I can like, because here's the thing, right? It has to be in the middle, because chocolate. No, that can't work. Because the way we translate things is we do it phonetically. We don't do it letter per letter. We do it like how you speak it. That I don't know how to explain it. I'm trying to think. Oh, here, like the word controller, right? We don't say controller. Controller. We just do this controller. Controller. Coconut can't work because we have a Filipino word for coconut. Because I think coconut came from the Philippines. So we have like coconut, I think, originated in the Philippines, I believe so. But so we have a word for coconut. Controller. You basically replace the C with a K. It's basically how we translate things. And then chocolate will be, it's not chocolate. It's not chocolate because we don't have the we don't have that sound in the CH. We don't have that sound in the Philippines. So we compromise. Chocolate. TS is RCH. Chocolate. It's hard, but yeah. So abacada. Da is our D. That's why we don't say K. we basically say it phonetically, I guess. It's a way to say it. Like, we basically, abakada, e. Instead of E, you say e. And then I think the next to that is G, ga. Abakada, e, ga, ha. H. E is I. I'll put it here. E is I. E, la, ma. L is la. Ma is M. Na is N. And then, I don't know if it'll work here. No, it can't. Okay, I'll grab it. Cause like my my keyboard doesn't have a numpad on it. My keyboard doesn't have a capital letter. We have this. I don't know what it's called in Spanish or whatever, but for Filipinos we call it enye. 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 I think it's the same in Spanish, but like we say it we spell it differently. Obviously we spell it differently. Enye. That's how we spell it. Enye. Enye. And then I do believe enye. And then I think the next one to that is nga. So it's NG, but we pronounce it nga. Nga. Like there's like a weird sound. Nga. 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 It's like you're saying unga. You're saying the word u in front of it. Unga. Nga. 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 I don't know how to explain how we say it. That's just how it sounds like. Nga. Nga. We have that. Then we have o. Abakada ega. Ega lama na nga o. 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 This is o. Ra. Sa. So P, pa, R, ra. Ra. S, sa. And then our T, tu. Tu. Sata. Sata. No, sata. T-A. Ta. U. Is there U? Wa. Ya. So wa is W, ya is Y. We don't have a Z. We don't use Z. We don't use C's. We don't have J's. We don't have J's in our alphabet. I just realized that we don't have J's. Obviously, since we use the K for a C, we don't have C. We don't have K's. We still have our main alphabets, which is A, I, U, E, O, A, E, I, O, U. We still have that, but yeah, we don't have Q's. We don't use K. We don't use Q's in our names, in our main alphabet. Even though we have Q's in our last names, in our Filipino names, which we got from like Spaniard colonization. But in our alphabet, there is no Q. we generally in our alphabet, there's no Q. We don't have a Q in our alphabet. We also don't have the letter V in our alphabet. Anything with a V is usually replaced with a B. So like, what's a word with a V? Like an English borrowed word with a V. I'm looking at V words right now. Oh, okay. This is a good one. Okay. So we have the word, since it's relevant to me. We have the word vacation, right? Vacation, and go on a vacation. That's a word in English, right? We don't use we don't and since in our alphabet we don't have like V or C, the way we do it is the way we translate vacation is bakasyon. 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 That's how we say vacation. Bakasyon. So, ba or B's or B. Yeah. um or if you hear like somebody with a Filipino accent say the word valid instead of valid, like with the V sound, valid. Valid. It's BA. Valid. Jake, we just use the English alphabet, I'll be honest. Like for Jake. We don't, okay. So names we don't change. Like if your name was like something like Marquez. Marquez. That's a Mexican Spanish name, whatever. If your name is Marquez, we just use the English alphabet for that. We don't really change the spelling of your name. Like if it's your name, it's your name. Still Marquez. This is just normally used for like non-proper nouns, I guess. These are non-proper nouns, like common nouns, I guess. Like if it's a name, we don't change. If it's just Jake, it's just Jake. But like you might, so if your name is Jake, um we do have an accent. I know for a fact we have accent because it's even funny because like the thing about the Philippines is we a lot of us, we know how to speak English. Like the Philippines is like a big English speaking country. I believe the proficiency index of the Philippines is like it's often in the top 20 of English proficiency rankings of yeah, just Philippines in general. So but the thing is we have an accent. I know we have an accent. Everybody from the who's grown in the Philippines has an accent when they're saying things in Filipino. If your name is something like Jake, it's not gonna sound like Jake. It's gonna sound like Jake. Jake. Like especially if it's like the old Filipino. Oy Jake. Jake. It's gonna sound like Jake. Like a Filipino, like older Filipinos, Jake. Jake, 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 Jake. Sometimes it's even like Jake, like with a Y, Jake, like that. Jake. That's how they say it. Jake. Not Jake. It's Jake with a harsh sound. It's just the accent. We're not changing. Like the spelling is still the same. The spelling is still the same. It's still Jake, but sometimes you won't hear it how it sounds. It sounds like Jeyk when some Filipinos they say it. I think Richard. Yeah. I think a good example is Richard. You know, when somebody's name's Richard. That's how you say his name, Richard, right? But like since our alphabet and our way of speaking um is very reliant on what's the term? Our way of speaking is very reliant on syllables. Richard. 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 That's how we spell it. Oy, Richard. We don't say Richard. Richard. We speak every syllable we can. It's a common term. We try to speak every syllable that we can. That's why vacation is bakasyon. Because we do syllables. We do it by syllables. Because ba, va, ba, Vacation. Vacation. See, actually, I think this is 2 syllables. I don't know. I'm not very good at like syllables. Vacation. But since like when you hear like in English, you hear the word shin like as a clump word, we just clumped it up as in Filipino as well. So vacation, bakasyon, bakasyon. Jam, uh, jam. We don't really have like sometimes we just keep the spelling. Jam is still jam in the Philippines, but here's the thing, right? Jam is not. We don't have a word for jam, do we? Jam, Tagalog. Do we? Do we have a word? Marmalade. Marmalade. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Jam is kind of tricky because jam isn't something that the Philippines is grow up with. Jam is sweet, so like we just call it matamis, which means sweet. And this is like a big term, like a broad term. Like especially if like you're serving it to a Filipino or an old Filipino lady in like the province area, like if you're in the provincial side of the Philippines, um if you serve it to an old lady, if you serve jam to an old lady, they just call it yung matamis, the sweet thing. You don't really have a word for jam. I'd like to believe so. And that's coming from me. And I grew up like speaking like deep Tagalog, like really broad Tagalog Filipino. So I believe there is no like word for jam in the Philippines. Can it be used for? Yes, it can be used for desserts too. Like I said, if generally we don't have like an actual word for it, we just say matamis or minatamisan. To sweeten? To sweeten or sweetened. I don't know if I spelled it right. I'm dyslexic, guys. I'm not very good at spelling. I'm not very good at words. I don't know why I'm typing these things. Minatamisan or sweetened, yeah. Like if it's sweet, minatamisan. Matamis or minatamisan, I guess. Yeah, so generally like desserts like that, we don't have a word. I'm trying to think of like because we have coffee. I'm trying to think of borrowed words. Um oh, microphone. Microphone. We also say microphone, but we type it differently. Microphone. Phone. Microphone. I think that's how you spell it. Hard. Thinking this right off the bat is hard. I just know how it is. Like, bruh, I'm like really bad in Filipino teacher. Can you imagine me teaching Filipino to like children, and I just kind of go, "This is hard, guys. Let's just all speak in English." I can't explain. It's just is. I'm teaching Filipino to kids. Here's the thing, right, chat? The big difference of it as well is the fact that our alphabet, like if we have Filipino English ABCs. So this is still your A B C D E F G H I J K L M N, and then we just have the Enye. We just kind of. So here's the thing: why it's a little hard to explain. We just add these. Enye, NG, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. That's generally like the other alphabet I'm talking about. Miss Nocti had us speak in English. You're doing great. I can't teach you anything about my language. Yeah, so like generally terms that you want to these two alphabets are alphabets we have in the Philippines, but these are only taught in like Filipino class. And if you ask like a regular Filipino, 'cause it's been a while since guys, it's been a while since I went to school and I had to learn these things. Like I just know these by feeling now, you know. I just know this by feeling. I've always known this by feeling because it's my first language and it's just naturally learned instead of just kind of learning through as a second language. Um what was I talking? Right. What you call this? It we just have this way of like there's just if you're spelling something in Filipino, we usually just omit anything that isn't in the English alphabet. That's kind of why elevator. Elevator, we don't say elevator, elevator. Elevator. Yung elevator. We don't have that's why our accents are so weird because we don't have certain letters in our alphabet, so we just pick like the closest sounding one generally. Generally we just pick the closest sounding one to it, so like V's and B are like very commonly exchanged. That's why oh, here, COVID vaccine. That's how you spell vaccine. Is vaccine double C? Can't spell. Vaccine is double C. Okay. So, yeah. So, like, if we say, if obviously, vaccine, we actually have a word for in Filipino. Vaccine is bakuna. Like, vaccine is bakuna in Filipino. But when COVID came out, we didn't call it COVID bakuna. We called it COVID vaccine. That's how we try. That's how we say it. This is basically the abacadas are basically how we say borrowed words, but even if it's spelled with the English alphabet, I think that makes the most sense. Like explaining it wise, we said it as COVID vaccine. Avocado, avocado. Well, I just said it. Avocado, 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 avocado. That's how we say avocado. So you know how the C makes a K sound. That's why it's spelled with a K. That's why when a lot of like if you spell it avocado, there. We basically pronounce it how it sounded like. That's why we don't have CH. Ch. We don't have the CH. A lot of CH sounds gets replaced with TS sounds. We a lot of that gets replaced with that. Like with chocolate. 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 So the translation to this literally is chocolate. But since we know what chocolate is, not a lot of people, like we still translate it as chocolate. We still say it, but even if you say chocolate, if a Filipino comes up to you and like they're not very well versed in, they don't like their English accent is a little iffy, it might sound as chocolate, 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 chocolate. So chocolate. Chocolate. Yeah. That's how we say. That's basically how we do it. Chocolate po, sir. Yeah, chocolate. Yeah, we just kind of, that's kind of how we do it in the Philippines. Like if we don't, we have, that's how our accents work. Oh, another one is if you say like fifth floor. Since we don't have F's in our alphabet, we say pip floor. Pip floor. Pip floor. That's how it goes in some accent. Pip floor. Pip floor po. Pip floor. Because the F sound, the that sound, it's kind of like p. So yeah. Yep. That's our weird alphabet. But honestly, like if you go to the Philippines, um even if you don't speak a lick of Tagalog or Filipino, you'll get by. Like even if all you know is English, you're fine. I think the only downside if you don't know any Filipino or Tagalog, or if you don't have anybody with you from the Philippines that uh that guides you around, like make sure you're good, or like make sure that everything's all good and okay. I think this is very common even in other countries. You'll just get charged more for being a foreigner. You know, it's very common. And if you don't speak the language of like the thing, you'll get charged more. Like obviously, if you don't know anybody coming with you, you'll get charged more. So like yeah, but if you have somebody with you from the Philippines that guides you, you'll get charged the normal amount. Um, Especially in more provincial areas, like let's say, I don't know. I feel like everybody's heard of Boracay in the Philippines. There's a lot of tourist traps there that charge more for foreigners instead of like some Filipinos. There's lots of like in touristy places, obviously they do that. But if you go to like a mall inside, if you go to a mall, they're not gonna charge you more if you're in a mall actually. They're just gonna charge you the same amount. But if you go to the touristy trap places, obviously if you don't know any Tagalog, if you don't know any Filipino, and you're not with anybody who knows the language or is local, they'll charge you more for sure. I think that's just how it is in touristy spots. You can't really help it. There's no really way out of it unless you know the language, unless you know like what's up, unless you understand what they're offering and you understand what they're giving basically. But yeah, how are Miyuki? What else do you guys want to know in Filipino? I'll stream for like roughly a few more minutes, then we can call it there. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what else you guys want to know in Filipino. I feel like there's too many stuff that I tried to explain like today. You guys might get. I guess you can always rewatch, and I'm not very good at explaining things. I guess. But I guess you can, if you're confused, you can always rewatch the VOD on YouTube. Wow. Noctiluca VODs. But like, I don't know. I don't know what you guys wanna learn. What do you guys wanna learn? Um Fifth floor. That's how we say fifth floor with the Filipino accent. Fifth floor. Fifth floor. Because we don't have the letter F in our alphabet. Usually F's are replaced with P's. This year. Thank you for the care package shadow. I will hydrate, stretch, and posture check. Okay. But yeah. Butterfly. Fly. Fly. Butterfly. Butter. Oh yeah. Okay. Butterfly. Butterfly. I think if you put it in the way we speak, butterfly. Yeah, I think that's how. Like this is just how I don't. This isn't how um we we spell it, because we have a literal translation for a butterfly in Tagalog. It's just so like with the way we speak as Filipinos in Tagalog is we kind of adapt English words in between. So butterfly is butterfly like in a Filipino accent. Butterfly. Yeah. But we do have a word for butterfly. It makes me think of the Pokemon Piplup. That's fair. Um, butterfly, because our word for butterfly is paru paro paru paro paru paro. I don't know if there's a hyphen there, but it's easier on the eyes. Paru paro. That's how we say butterfly. But like sometimes when you speak to somebody, they just say yung butterfly. That butterfly. So we borrow words from English. Sometimes it just gets mixed up with our accent every so often. But like if you just speak English, honestly, like a Filipino is gonna understand you, like no doubt whatsoever. So you're okay if you don't know how to speak Filipino and you go to the Philippines and you only know English. You're fine. Like it's not you and basically every other language in the world. Like it's not gonna be hard for you to adjust to like a like like if you ever plan to visit, it's not gonna be hard for you to adjust to being in the Philippines because almost everybody there understands Filipino. Understands English rather. A Nocti visit? I mean, if you wanna, but like honestly, it's just it. If you only know English, you're fine. You're not gonna harm you in any way whatsoever. If you only know English and you don't know Filipino, you just have to like you just have to be considerate because like if you speak English and the person you're speaking to um and person you're speaking to isn't very fluent in English, you're gonna end up having to you might end up having to slow down speaking in English because obviously like um English is not our first language, English is not our first language. We understand it, it's our second language at most. But like sometimes as good as we are in English, I do not deny that we are good in English. As good as we are in English, you'll still encounter every so often somebody who won't understand the way you're speaking because you're speaking too fast. So or like you're using like big words, you're using like big words, you're using like convoluted sentences there and whatnot. So it's sorry, my so like if somebody asks you, sir, slow down, or like slower, just talk a little slower. It should be fine. You're gonna be fine. Just do that. Yeah, just be a little more considerate in that regard. But yeah. Pace yourself, bro. Bro. Yeah, pace yourself a little bit. But you're not gonna nobody's not you're not gonna get help whatsoever. Um there are still I've also encountered some instances of Filipinos not wanting to help foreigners if they only know English, because they're also not very proficient in English. It's still a thing. Like, you'll still encounter Philippine. Not obviously, not everybody in the Philippines is proficient in English, so you'll still, although quite rare, you'll still encounter people who will not help you because you are only speaking in English, because they might not know English, or they feel intimidated by you because you're an English speaker and they only know a lick of English. And don't feel bad about that. It's just how it is. It's just how it is, because that's just how we are as Filipinos. We just not our language, just not our native language. But honestly, like, of all, I think, I wouldn't say all, but of a majority of Asian countries, if you only know English and you visit the Philippines, you're good. Like, chances of you encountering somebody that doesn't know how to speak English is very, very low. So it should be fine for you. Obviously, having somebody that you know is still better than just going in there without anybody. Yeah. I think this is a good stopping. Well, I'll yap for 12 minutes. But yeah, just a gentle reminder to anybody that wasn't here earlier. I will be gone for a week. I will, and I'm the week. And by the time I come back, I will be having my tooth removed. So I will not be back for 2 weeks. Rather, maybe I will stream on the 9th, like May 9th, if I feel better. But if not, if I don't feel better by May 9th, next stream will be on May 14. 14? No, May 12. Not 14, May 12. Next Nocti stream will be on May 12th, because I will be gone for a good while. I'll still be around. Like, you guys can still reach me through Discord. It's just that I won't be able to stream. I'll be a little busy, but like not too busy, not too busy. But it's just more of like I'm traveling and whatnot, so it's gonna be a little hard. To it's gonna be a little hard to reach. Mm-mm-mm. What else? What else? What else? Hopefully, and you take a look out for a new Nocti song cover by the end of May. May. I'd like to say May. I'd like to say May. Hopefully by the end of May or early June. I have a song cover in the works at the back. So there's that. Achy teeth. Yeah, I'm having my teeth pulled out. Like, honestly, at this point, just give me fake teeth. I'd rather have fake teeth than my brittle my original teeth. Song cover where in the YouTube channel eventually. I do have like other covers right now, but hope like there's gonna be a new one like in 1 or 2 months maybe. Maybe 1 or 2 months. No news yet about me getting laid off. Um about me getting laid off from my 9 to 5 job. For those of people that don't know, I do have a 9 to 5 job. That's why I don't stream full time. But since the company I'm working for is gonna go away, like it's gonna close, so I might be able to stream more, which is nice. So obviously when that happens, I'm more Nocti streams to come. Woohoo! Woohoo! Yippee! uh, Other than that, no new announcements. No new announcements. I'm trying to set up that when I come back streaming, I'm trying to like stream with more people. Like, I'm trying to connect with people. I think if you guys remember Rosie, we did a collab art stream not long ago. Rosie and I are all planning another joint stream together when I come back. to streaming. So our first stream back might be a collab stream. It still depends on Rosie's schedule. When I come back, because obviously people's schedules change, and there might be some complications and whatnot. But uh, but like if ever, our first stream back might be with Rosie. Um, I've also been talking to Sora, like my friend Sora. We might do some collab streams together as well. Uh, what you call this? I'm basically trying to be a little more social, more because I like if you've been here for a long while, you guys know that my social battery is very low, and I try to keep collabs to a minimum. But I'm trying to be a little more better at like making sure that I connect with people. So yeah. What else? What else do I have planned? We're gonna continue. Obviously, since we did Zatsudan today, we're not gonna. There's no new update for our maid game, the maid cafe on Electric Street. But if you're like, I also have a VOD channel. Like it's I also have a VOD channel. So in case you wanna look at past VODs, you wanna listen to past VODs while I'm away, the VOD channel is always there. Like I update it regularly. I usually update it on Monday, but since I'll be gone on Monday, this time around, it'll probably get updated like a little while. Like after stream ends, I'll post this stream on it, and it'll get updated. So new VOD later. There's tons of. Well, I wouldn't say tons, but there's a good amount. Like as I this year, I promised myself that I would upload my VODs to YouTube properly, because I've been trying to do that for years, but I just haven't had the 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 consistency to. So I promised myself this year that it would be the year that I do that consistently, and I've been doing well so far, which is nice. So there's that. Um, what else? What else? What else? Uh, that's probably all for now, because I don't know. Wow, Nocti, you should so well. You guys say, "Aw, thank you." I'm still like learning a lot when it comes to singing. I'm still not the best at singing, but but I try. I try. Enjoy your trip. Thank you, Miyuki. I will do my best. I will do my best to send food as well. I will do my best to send food pictures in chat. Um, I I I often send food pictures in the Discord. I will send like whatever I'll end up eating on my trip. I will send on Discord. So you guys Discord doko. Uh, I will send it on Discord and you guys can see. Um. So yeah. All the food. Yeah, all the food. I will show you guys. I will eat well. As you guys know, I really like eating. So I will do my best to eat well. um but yeah. If there like the Discord recently got an overhaul, so if you have any trouble like do accessing things on Discord, just let me know and I'll fix it for you. But it recently got into an overhaul, so there's new things in there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys stay safe. And who let's look for somebody to raid. Who can we raid today? As I will rest before. Well, no, actually, I kind of want to take a shower before I go out. I took a shower earlier, but I kind of want another shower before I leave. Like I don't know what it is, but like when I'm about to leave my house, I need to have a shower before I leave. You know, no stinky. That's my. I'm not stinky. I took a shower like before stream. I took a shower before I streamed, and uh, now that I know that I'm about to leave, I need another shower. It's just me saying that I just need it. I just want to shower again. stream was sweaty. It was sweaty talking. Nocti not used to talking because we're used to like our comfy art streams. We're used to just being comfy and cozy and whatnot. So like the talking is new and made me sweat. Wash out the brain sweat. Truly. Truly. Also, a little update. We used to have the Pokemon game. Now we don't have the Pokemon game anymore. But now we have a fishing game. So if you do this, oh, I kind of wait. I closed it. Hold up. That was a fail. That was a fail, guys. That was a fail. Hold up. Wait, I tried it earlier. Okay, so if you do this, it should. Okay, if you do that, wait a little bit. Just wait a little bit. There's a timer to it. You do that. There's a delay. I'm so sorry. Ta-da! There's a long delay. Right, because the game itself isn't here. Right. I should display that. Fish. This one, I forgot. Forgot to. We have this now. We have a fishing game. So this is what replaces like this is what's gonna replace like the Pokemon PCG thing. Ta-da! That's why it takes a while because there's animation to it. So we have that now as a way to keep you guys occupied when we do art streams. So yeah, I just forgot like earlier. I had it open this whole time and I forgot. But I think if you do this exclamation point help, it lets you do that. Oh, I'm gonna be obsessing over this now. Yeah, cause like the reason for there's a timer with it, by the way. The reason why I ended up choosing this game instead of like Pokemon PCG is because user cooldown. Okay, let's lower that to like 30 seconds. That way people don't spam, or maybe like 20. Better. So the reason I have this instead of PCG is because I noticed that PCG tends to clutter a lot of like the the chat. You know, like obviously like we're comfy, cozy channel here. So like I'd rather not it clump up the chat. At least with this, we tend to like not clump it up as much, which is good because there's a timer, there's a limit. So yeah, and you get to actually see it happening on the screen, which is which is nicer to like to like to like have. I think. Yeah. But yeah, that's a new thing now that I have to remember to open every time. This game though will be I Barry Patch, thank you for the follow. Thank you. This game though, if I'm playing like if we're doing a game on stream, I may or may not close this interaction, but we'll see first how it goes because I also kind of don't want it to close whenever we have like a game open, but we'll test it out more and more as time goes on. Because I also do want stream avatars eventually. Like you guys know stream avatars, like the little buddies that walk on the screen. I also kind of want that for like saprolings. So I'll take a look at like how I'll be able to do that. How I'll be able to like if I'll end up making my own. I'll probably end up commissioning somebody else for that. Just woke up and blinded into blended cheese into a smoothie consist. Why would you blend cheese? Well, I guess that's fine. I mean, if you're gonna eat it and it's not gonna go to waste, that's fine. That's good enough. But we were about to end stream though. But I hope we catch another one eventually. There will be a new stream eventually soon, like after 2 weeks after my vacation, after my break, after getting my tooth removed, my achy tooth removed, and after my travels. But yeah. But we usually do art streams here, so eventually I hope you'll end up having fun and staying. But yeah, apart from that, nothing else. There's no more else. Okay, we're gonna end stream. I was looking for somebody. Thanks for the stream. Enjoy your travels. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you. Okay. So now we're looking for somebody to rate. Who's ready? Who's streaming today? Who's streaming? Who's streaming today? Who is streaming today? There's actually a lot of people streaming today because it's a Friday, I'd like to say. So usually there's a lot of people who stream on Friday. It's just a matter of picking who it is. Who can we stream? Who can we raid? Yomi's playing Overwatch? Yeah, that's Overwatch. We have Overwatch. We have art stream. We have Ryan. How long has Ryan? Ryan's been streaming for a while, so I don't want to raid them because it's been a while. I usually try to abstain from people who's been streaming for like 3+ hours because I don't know when they'll stop streaming. So I'll try to look for somebody else. It's usually like 3 hours is usually like when people start going out or going away because usually that's the general what's the term? That's the general like limit to people sometimes. um Honkai stream? I mean, we can try. Who's streaming Honkai? Yeah, let's read somebody new. Why not? I'd be more than happy. I'd be more than happy to try somebody new. Let me check them out. Oh, she's cute. She's cute. I'm not gonna stay though, cause spoilers. Because I haven't done the story yet. We're not gonna stay though. Okay, we can go there. Okay, guys. Thank you guys for coming today on stream. I hope you have a wonderful time. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys continue to stay safe. I hope you guys continue to take care. And I hope you guys continue to have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you for coming today. I really appreciate it, everybody. Thank you for stream Nocti. Thank you. I hope you guys learned something from my Filipino lesson, but I'll be uploading it like on the YouTube VOD channel soon. So if you guys end up like wanting to rewatch it, learn a little bit more Filipino, or like see how weird I explain things. See how weird I explain things. Yeah, there's always that. I'll see you guys on the 12th. Safe travels. Thank you. If it's the morning for you, Nocti, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. And if it's the evening for you, Nocti night, I hope you sleep well. May you have the sweetest of dreams. Stay safe. Take care, everybody. You guys stay safe. Take care.